Okay, welcome everybody. It's Saturday and I'm continuing 007. I'm just scrolling through the things I have unlocked and seeing tag sims only. So that's only for tag sims. Okay. Tactical simulator. So that's not during gameplay, I guess then? Okay. Ops Radiant on duty. Let's see what else. Chessmaster. There's quite a few outfits. Okay, weapons. Can we customize this too? Yeah. Oh, Gilded Wraith. Okay. The man with the golden gun. Okay. Story. Let's go and resume the game and see what we're up against. I was in the mission, but I had to stop the stream. I think I got killed. I can't remember. Hope I can remember the keys, because yesterday I switched to the controller, but yeah, it's just for a little bit of driving. Ah, there we are.
All is quiet in the car park.
Good. Let's keep it that way. Stay vigilant.
You're the boss. Must have taken the scenic route.
Oh yeah, we're looking for the guy with the white hair. Oh right.
Silent alarm didn't trigger itself. Check the windows.
I'll be damned.
Hey, Laszlo, look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Maybe the wind caught it.
Watch your back, fellas.
What?
Oh, there's two people here.
Nothing gets past the scanners. We'll do a round and call it in. If anything is stolen, it's children's money to live.
Works for me.
I can't go that way. What was my
Whoever it was, they are long gone.
Or never.
I forget what my things are. Options. Controls. Why can't I view my controls? Oh, right. Why are they locked? Oh, because this is related to controller probably. Let's see. Customize input. Toggle sprint. No. Let's see. E.
Here in the first place.
I'll notify Chief Kovac. Reporting an incident in the stadium. Property damage. Possible B and E.
Oh, why is my mouse suddenly reversed? Please don't do that. But why does my instinct not work right now? Instinct focus E. Yeah.
We can file a report later.
What the fuck? Alt.
Are you volunteering, Laszlo?
Let Milos do it. He's good with words.
Hey, stop it.
So going that way would also not be advisable, I think. What the hell was that? What the hell did I just pick up? Could try to go for that door, but then... I could do that. Let's close this door for now.
Let me see. What is it?
Turn it off.
Good. I guess it's okay now.
Morning. Welcome, Canadianator. Happy Saturday.
What is up with this? No way.
Okay, go to him, dude.
Hey, did something happen to you?
Yes, it's gonna happen to you too. Surprise, motherfucker. Okay. Don't think anybody's here, so...
Okay. That could have turned ugly. Monroe, I need your help.
Took you long enough.
The blonde man. He's changed his disguise. I knew he was up to something.
Yeah? How'd you know he's not a thief?
He doesn't move like a thief. He moves like a soldier. I'm telling you, something's not right.
Look, I've seen a bloke who fit the bill. Tall, blonde. Only he was in a suit. Went by the name of Locke.
Where was this?
He was in
Over
a
at
suit.
reception a little while ago. He was heading upstairs.
His mouth shape is a bit weird.
Hey, you didn't hear it from me.
What did he say where he went? Upstairs?
Chief, it's Crystal. Come in, Chief. Kovac, do you copy? Strange. He's never a fly. Nadia, have you seen Chief Kovac around? He's not answering his calls.
He went up to room 206 with that gentleman. from
206.
insurance company.
Okay, we found a
Blonde.
note somewhere with 206 on it.
Nah, it can wait.
In the
They're
washing room.
probably going over security features. That chest trophy is
Let's see, room 2, it's
Room
upstairs.
206. That has to be it.
So this is the one, so I gotta go upstairs.
If you're so worried about Ezra's interview, can't you, grease the wheels a little? Donate a wing? Or at least some new outfits for the rowing team? God knows they need them. I mean,
Oh right, I can't go here.
they want their neo-preppy look back.
Nobody comes through here.
Fair enough.
Everything's so transparent.
Gotta find a way to fool this lad.
We gotta find a way to fool this lad, but how? I can make him sick.
Everyone else, I'm afraid.
Well, as you said, competition is tough.
You again. You can't come in.
Can't blame you for trying. Always a way, James.
Not to mention the best of the worst.
Can't talk to her. How the hell am I gonna go there? Watcher nearby. What if I do this then?
What's that? I should take a look.
Oh, he's looking.
Hell's that? Covering that.
Aha!
Like I have nothing better.
Okay.
206. should be right around here.
Don't want any loose ends.
Room keycard for 205. Okay, so that's the room next door.
Back on crutches soon enough with
Let's
a
see,
brand
this
new
is 206.
Guess he got lucky.
Ooh, he's got an electronic lock.
Not to horse around on a second floor ledge.
Okay, so 205.
I know. Looks like the birthday gods are smiling down on me. Oh, I should call Yolana.
Let's see what she has to say.
Yolana? No, just wrapping up. Actually, the lady in room 205 cancelled her cleaning. Looks like I get off early for once. You're right. I shouldn't jinx it. Tell you what, you guys go ahead. I'll meet you at the bar as soon as I'm done.
Okay, so there's nobody in 205 right now. Ooh. Okay, cool. What's this? Sabotage. Why would I sabotage that?
Why, hello. Pardon me, Mom. Didn't think anyone was in. I'm with management. One of our guests lost his pet anaconda. We're going floor by floor. I'll take your word for it.
Go on then. Shut the door on your way out.
Right.
Right. Sorry. What's this? Slovakia postcard. A lurid message scribbled on the back card, complete with lipstick mark. Suite 205 in 5 minutes. Husband is watching the game. Okay.
Bad form, Contessa. Bad form.
Okay. This is hide. Open. Okay. Nothing here. At least nothing we can use. What's this? Full. Turn the radio on. Okay. I'll have to get next door, so. So what if I turn on the radio? Will she come outside? Okay, that doesn't work. How the hell do you crouch? Why? God damn it. Controls. Mouse and keyboard. Crouch. Left control. Why? Is there something bound to see? Oh, okay. Left control. I can't crouch here. Okay. Sorry, Mom. Coming through.
That was
unusual. She closed the window. Oh, that's the patio. Okay. Sneak past. Okay, let's see. Don't think anybody's here.
Now, what happened here?
Aye, Detective.
I'm in 206. It's a mess. Stay on the line. I'll have a look around.
This should be good.
This should be good. Security protocol for the hotel. Okay. So he wants to know what the hell is going on.
I found a keycard holder, minus the keycard.
Could mean anything, mate.
Cuff, skin, leather key holder. Nothing. Okay. Today's copy of Bratislava Weekly with the hotel stamp. The leading story appears to be about mysterious death of famous climate scientists in Orlando, Florida. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, that's the exit. No, that's the exit. What is this then? The bathroom?
Found a wool suit, size XL. This guy changed his disguise again.
Or he changed his outfit. Small word, big difference.
Monroe, this isn't some party that got out of hand. These are signs of a struggle. And someone put up one hell of a fight.
If that's the case, where's the body?
Good question.
Good question. It's probably in a box somewhere. Let's see.
I found the chief of security's wallet. It's full of cash. Doesn't look like a robbery.
He might have dropped it.
In the fireplace? Monroe, this is serious. The blonde man did something to the chief of security, I'm sure of it.
Okay. So why? And how is this connected to 009?
Not a clue. Yet. Call you back.
Answer the door. Okay.
Housekeeping.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
There's something else on that table I think I could look at, but yeah.
A chef? How does he manage to change clothes so fast?
Anyone else feel that? Singh, talk to me.
I'm picking up some chatter about a power surge in the electrical room. It crashed the security system, but there doesn't appear to be any permanent damage. Nothing to indicate foul play.
Copy that, Singh. Keep an eye on it. Everyone else, step up your search.
Monroe, listen to me. The blonde man, the missing security chief, the power surge, 009. Somehow it's all connected.
Look, say you're right. What's his game?
I don't know, but Greenway said 009 is a master manipulator. If he knew what we know, he'd pull the plug for sure.
Okay. I'll look into it. Where are you now?
Back in the blonde man's trail. He won't slip away this time.
Okay. Oh, we can't go here, so... Hello.
It's lucky that the emergency generators kicked in, or we still be out of power.
Security system still offline though. I'd call that a red flag. According to the logs, someone went inside shortly before the power surge.
Must be the security chief. He's the only one with authorization.
Yeah, the security chief's keycard was missing. This is starting to add up.
What's the worst that can happen?
Oh my god.
What is it?
Just got a text from Ezra. He's quitting the interview. Says he wants to spend a year skiing in Switzerland to figure out who he wants to be.
Ouch. You need to borrow my jet for a quick intervention.
No need. He'll see reason when I cut the trust fund.
How do you keep track? It's uncanny.
I'm a corporate recruiter.
Okay.
It's my business to know.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that.
Let's see. It wanted me to go out here. Now what? Oh.
That's him. Now what's in those crates?
I have a 12-course meal to prepare. This is a direct security violation.
Relax. It's force majeure. It's not like anyone knew.
Mr. Kovac will hear about this.
He'll thank me at dinner. Asshole.
He must have gone down this way.
I don't know what happened. I was on a shift at the delivery gate and suddenly, bam! Cold sweat, stomach cramp. Barely made it back.
There. Gotta hurry.
Man,
Bob,
he's fast.
Your hunch was right. I found your missing security chief stuffed inside a laundry cart in the basement.
Monroe, the blonde man smuggled something in on a truck while the security scanners were down. Something heavy.
I'll inform Cressida. Don't let this guy out of your sight.
Oh, he was just here. Went into the staff area. Didn't see him. Why? Nothing.
You again.
That's right. The maid is picking a lock. Now you've seen everything.
Well, that was close.
Don't get used to it.
So, do we follow
Whatever you
her?
think you're doing, stop. You're in over your head.
Yeah, tell me about it.
This is insubordination. Get back to your...
Knew it.
Bell
There
peppers.
was something in those crates. Hey! Blocked.
Okay, now what? Oh, that's open. Do I go here? No. What the hell? What? We're here.
Stairs.
Oh, he went here. Can't use that. Okay, stairs. Stairs it is. Good for cardio.
Missed him again.
So he came out here, so he went here.
This is amazing. Don't think I've tried it before. Is it your own concoction?
I can't take credit, I'm afraid. The hotel owner has a huge collection of mixology books from the 20s.
Book collector, huh?
Oh yes, his pride and joy. He's got all sorts of antique books on display about the castle and local history.
Pursue the blonde man. Sorry, coming through. My bad.
Can you believe this brat?
Sorry.
Impossible.
There's no way out.
Empty.
Content removed.
A secret passage. Of course.
Okay. Can I look at this sketch? Okay. Can access for hidden passage, the person was solved. So this is the fireplace. Okay. Let's see, before I go in there, is there anything else I can pick up, collect, whatever? Very interesting to see this part, okay. Okay, I don't see anything else I can pick up, so let's go to the fireplace.
Six dials. Take more than blind luck. That's not it.
Okay. Let's see. Items, sketch. I'm not getting any wiser about this. So this will open in the back. And here's the dial that's represented here. Yeah, it's just this. So it's a... See if we can find a clue somewhere. Huh. So that's the thing that was on the top of the page. That's this thing. So if we start there and then go right, we have the... Oh, that's the... Oh, these are all the same. I was hoping the banners would be a thing. So I got it by incredible dumb luck. I found nothing when I did, but maybe I'm blind. Okay. Yeah, there's only so many combinations, but yeah. It's got to be something, right? Because I don't think they'll date. Oh, what is this then? Over of Shields, okay. Oh, that's a collectible. Let me see. No. Horses. Oh, you missed that? Yeah. They're easy to miss. Can't see anything. It would not be something in the table settings, of course, because that would be dumb. For a system like this. It's gotta be something... There I see some texture tiling. That's a bit of a shame. Lady. If only I could see one of the Let's see, fish, snake, turtle, langoust. Something on the floor, maybe? Yeah. There are no inlays. What I'm noticing, and this is facing the other way. See, the faces are facing left. The banners are facing right. Is that a clue somehow? Because I don't see that thing up here. Only when I look in the mirror, it's facing the right way. Don't know if it's a clue, but so maybe counterclockwise.
Thought I was onto something there.
There's also numbers here. 5, 10. 20, 30. These are minutes of an hour. This says 6 o'clock. Any other clocks here? All saying 6 o'clock. I can't make 6 o'clock unless I do these two.
Oh, come on.
Then mirror that? No.
That's not it.
Why is it this?
Monroe, status.
Wine cellar. I have eyes on the suspect. He's unpacking.
Oh, it's going close.
Cressida?
I tried. She wouldn't listen.
Engage. Break cover if you need to.
I don't know about this.
Damn it, Monroe, there's no time to wait for permission.
Want to go back? I want to see if I can go back. Oh. You found it by trying, MS? Okay. Hopefully I get back into the room and not in this little part again.
Monroe?
Ah, fuck.
Wine cellar. I have eyes on the suspect. He's unpacking something.
Cressida?
I tried. She wouldn't listen.
Engage. Break cover if you need to.
I don't know about this.
Damn it, Monroe, there's no time to wait.
But you say, Canadian, you said, oh, so is there a clue? You got it by lock, but I see now. Okay, someone enlighten me. Because it has the 55 and the 45, 50, and then... So, what was the clue then? Because I still don't see it. Is it the numbers? Because the clocks are not on the but it's. Can you look at the page again? No, the page is gone. Oh, fuck me. No. Can't go back. I wish I could like load thing. Do you want me to tell you anyway? Yeah, sure, tell me, because I'm wondering what it is. Were there numbers on the page
Heading straight for the Grand Hall.
that I missed?
The blighter's not even in disguise.
So I'm assuming there's numbers somewhere. Maybe I can look find a screenshot. First light, old book page. Of building. First book page, yeah. But I want to see the page itself. Where is it? Didn't anybody post a... part of the old-time puzzle? Yeah. See a drawing of a chimera featuring a lion's head, a goat's head on his back, and a snake at his tail. Oh! Yeah. I get it. So the creature on this page was a chimera, a mix of 3 creatures. 3 creatures are split on the dial. Yes, yes, yes. Makes sense. Okay. So the numbers were completely arbitrary. Well, arbitrary in the case that they didn't matter. Okay, 7 bells. Okay, that solves that mystery. No. Oh, over here. Just happened to get it by guessing. Yeah, me too, because if you press the wrong one, it goes, oh, that's not it. So, yeah. Push this, I guess. So how did the man get past here without pushing this over? Where the fuck do I go? Oh, over here. So they don't use yellow.
Everyone reposition. Cover the exits. Monroe, what's your status? Monroe, copy.
He's busy. Cressida, you need to call it off. Something bad's about to happen.
James, what have you done? Where's Monroe?
Almost there.
Monroe? Monroe, acknowledge.
I don't trust Monroe.
Leonard.
I don't know why, but I don't trust him. Oh, okay. So I was wrong about him.
Monroe. Cressida, it's Monroe.
Ow. This little earpiece.
Stay down.
Stay down. Oh. He looks kind of familiar from the Bond movies.
Promise, this won't end well for you. Mr. Silmat.
Uh-oh, that's a big bada boom. It's the Aryans. Fuck. Man, these fights are hard. And I'm even on the standard difficulty. Oh, man, so many buttons. I already forget my basic training of rushing and grabbing and... Loading takes forever.
How many of you there are?
Fuck me, man. Bond was killed. Got knocked out. Yeah, okay. Maybe after I was knocked out, it was shot in the head. I don't know. How the hell do I rush him and grab him again? Shift E. Shift forward E.
Okay, how many of you there are?
For fuck's sake! I don't like the hand-to-hand combat. Why can't I pull out my gun? I have a gun. Shoot the fuckers. Okay.
Okay, how many of you there are?
No voi, pian kai se lakkaa veriani käy.
I want to get away. Come on. They're always trying to get on both my sides. Very annoying.
Pysy paikoillasi.
Get away from me. Huh. Got a parry, not block, yeah, well.
Calm down. Focus. Okay, where's the off switch? Not this. Useless. Come on, which one?
It's always the red one.
Red. Shit. Not to the wire. All the time in the world.
Oof. I expect you to die. That's the achievement that popped up. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. Oh well. Yeah, I gotta dive into the maybe do some tech sims to get the fighting basics down. I don't know. Okay, gotta get out of here. I'm guessing I gotta go that way, but you know.
A second device.
Cressida, I'm coming. Stay.
Uh-oh.
Move.
James, I can't feel my...
On. Which way did he go? I blacked out for a second and the son of a bitch was gone. 009. Of course, it was a bloody suicide mission. He used himself as bait to get to me and now... There! That's him! Bond, go! I'll take care of her. Don't let him get away.
I paid the price, James.
Hey! Stop! Get back here! Bloody hell!
Oh, he got in the car fast. Ooh. Okay, so now we gotta drive.
Looking for these?
No.
Just who the hell are you?
Not now. Eyes on the road. Look out.
That's the car.
Got too much of a head start. You need to cut some corners.
Careful what you wish for.
And driving parts with the mouse and keyboard is annoying. Oh, over here. Can we go here? Where the hell is he? Did we lose him?
She... Pay attention.
I have no idea where I'm going. I can't see him. Is that him? No. Where the hell is he?
Left, go left.
Race!
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Haha. Okay.
Clear the road! Hold tight.
Woohoo!
Now we're talking.
man, this car's gonna be toast.
Right. Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's
French intelligence. James Bond, MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Beckett didn't spend his fugitive years on a golf course. That's what you think. DGSE has been hunting him for a long time. This is the closest we've ever gotten, and I'm not letting him slip through my fingers now.
Sounds like we have a conflict of interest.
How about we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Fine by me.
How the hell did he get this much of a gap?
There. Pull over.
No sign of 009.
Plenty of his friends, though. I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
Well, in that case. Get down there, draw their fire. I'll flank them. We need to keep that plane on the ground.
Well, what are we waiting for?
There's that English sang-froid. Bonne chance, James.
Bonne chance. Okay. Finally some bullets.
Prepare for liftoff, now!
You were warned.
Okay. That was so can't parry or block guns. Oh. Hello.
Throwing grenade! Forcing out of cover! Target's on the move! Oh, I'm wounded! He's cornered! Got a man down! Grenade away! Get in the open! I need to do something fast.
I need some guns. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I know, making a mess. Any more guns I can take? Because I need some weaponry. No. Over here.
Plane's leaving.
Out of fucking bullets. Got no guns.
Hose! Grab the hose! Oh no, you don't! Not without me!
Oops. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Talk about winging it.
Bye bye. Okay, so we got some real some Mission Impossible stuff going on here.
Okay, 009. You're next.
Package secure. Snug in the front. Did you kill the transponder? No such thing on the smell. Next radar station's 23 minutes out. No one's tracking it.
Didn't see the head poking out.
Not bad for a planet.
Plane's flying dark. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system. Let's make some turbulence.
I'm engaging. Keep moving. I'm injured. Flashback. No sign of the target. Oh, careful. What's all this? Got shots here.
Whoa. Oh. Hi, fellas. Ba da ba 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 ba. Lots of explosive barrels just saying, yeah, I got him. I was looking for them because I saw that little part in some of the introduction trailers. But yeah, Skyfall. Jump out of a plane in Slovakia. Did all three of them die? So did Don Rowe and what's with Casada die too?
James?
Oh.
The service is over.
Oh, she's in a wheelchair. So spine broken, maybe?
Sorry to intrude.
I'm Sir Nicholas Webb, AI pioneer, national security advisor, and CEO of Webb Industries.
I was going to say...
You passed this part, so I don't know. Okay.
Secretary Bright informed me of what happened. I'm sure you did all you could.
So much for the Secret Service.
As the creator of Thea, I'm privy to certain information. I know all about your exploits in Iceland. Most.
Yeah, that's something an AI can't do.
If I may ask, risk your life on a 1,000,000 to 1 chance?
I couldn't do nothing.
Well, it was a 1% chance, so it's 100 to 1 chance.
Yes, I know the feeling. People really are capable of the most extraordinary things. I spend so much time around machines, I sometimes forget. No rest for the wicked. You're a rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
Monroe.
Going private sector already?
Greenway, I mean.
You tell me. Come on. M wants us back at MI6.
Yes? Yes, sir. Take a seat.
That's another fine mess you made. He's got a
Hold
skull
all
and...
calls to my direct line. These are the facts. 009 is acting on some archaic vendetta against MI6. His actions have brought us to our knees, and we are in the midst of a full-blown diplomatic crisis. This is exactly the kind of cock-up that Foreign Secretary Bright has been waiting for to shut the program down. However, it's not all bad. Thanks to Bond's quick thinking and your eye for detail, Greenway, Thea's managed to pin down 009's whereabouts. I'm sending you to Mauritania to bring him back any way you see fit.
I have
Feel like just jumping to a
Need I
conclusion?
state the obvious? He is not ready. I am perfectly capable of handling this.
You open that for me? Right. Greenway will take point. Bond, you will do as you're told.
Like
This
a good
is our
boy.
one shot at calming things down, and I need you two to work together. Am I being clear?
Perfectly, Mom.
Bond, you go and see Q for your gear and Moneypenny for your briefing. You're dismissed.
Happy to help.
This insufferable and immature behavior I'm talking about. And this will not...
Don't you have somewhere you need to be, Bond?
Right. I do.
Yes, miss. And another dress. Yeah, she really does switch outfits every day.
You were on your way downstairs, I believe.
Indeed.
Did you go over
Yeah, I just walked out, lady.
I did. Good job. It will be part of the tour.
Right. Bad idea.
Can I open this? No. I was hoping I could eavesdrop on that, but yeah. What's in here then? It's about where I messed around in the QLab and TechSim. Yeah. Yeah, I need to look at the TechSim stuff. Let's try that before we do anything else.
Does that mean her parking spot is up for grabs? I wonder how that works.
Let's see. QLab or Ninth? What the fuck is Ninth? Ninth floor? Is that what that means?
You better have something efficient for me, Q.
So one more round of prototyping on the pen, quick as you can.
Actually, let's see.
Right on it.
Wearables. Oh right, that's this thing. Right, let's see, TechSims, where are the TechSims? Or is that something you need to do from the main menu? You spend a good 5 minutes having a meltdown trying to get back to the lab. Okay.
Ah, Bond. Good to see you. Walk with me.
I missed you at the service.
Yes, I kept to the back. Never did like funerals. All that black. Hell of a thing, what happened. I'm so sorry you must carry it with you.
I'll be okay.
You were a fine lot. I know you'll make them proud. Now, let's get you field ready.
Sounds good.
Am I getting a car?
Lost my watch.
I forgive you. Just this once.
Identity verified.
What's in there?
We do thorough stress and durability tests on all field equipment before it is cleared for mission use. Most happen in this room, hence the extra security layer. Quite
Pick up my
clever
new watch.
you did back on the plane. How did you know the watch had a tracker?
That's the 21st century, Q. My toaster has a tracker.
Fair point. And I assume you've worked out how to switch it off as well.
Well, time will tell.
I thought as much. Oh, and Bond, one more thing. Your new earpiece. Bone-conducted microphone. You attach it directly to the skin, ultra-thin, virtually undetectable. Before
Okay.
you go, there are some new items of field equipment you might be interested in. Follow me.
You attach it to the skin and he puts it in his ear, so...
There are a couple of new pieces that are going
Okay.
through final testing ahead of field certification.
You can get there from here? Oh, okay.
I'd like to give them the once-over.
So once I'm done talking to Q, I will... well, see what that's about.
Ah, Bridget, here you are. Ahead of his next excursion, I thought we might show Bond our latest creations.
Of course, Q. The laser strap and flash mine have just passed final certification.
Excellent. Bond, come and take a look. The laser strap has a multitude of uses, from blinding an enemy to disrupting complex electronics. Not quite a death ray, but we're getting there. Give it a try.
Oh.
Nicely done. It can also disarm. That's it, Bond. Perfect for when you don't want to attract unwanted attention.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to 009.
We aim to
Nice. Hey, babe.
That's not all. Over here we have the
by
flashpoint.
flashpoints. Okay. Flash mine. Okay.
The flash mine uses molecular bonding to adhere to any surface and operates on a proximity trigger. Just the thing if you need to cover your escape or leave someone a nasty surprise. Give it a try.
Okay.
Very good. Now throw it at the static target and you'll see the proximity trigger in action.
No disassemble.
You've got the hang of it. I must say, you are a remarkably fast kinesthetic learner.
No time to waste, Q. I have somewhere to be.
Of course, you should be on your way. Bridget will complete your mission prep. You can pick up your service pistol from Walters at the shooting range.
Okay. Thanks, Q.
Bond, here we have the dart phone, smoke pods, flash mine, and laser strap. Your maximum loadout is 2, in addition to your new watch. According to Thea, you should expect hostile terrain with a relative humidity below 25%, and to encounter organized and motivated opposition.
Motivated? Oh, I'll show them motivated.
I'll take that.
I think that'll do.
You're welcome, Bond. Bring everything back in one piece, if you can.
Why is my watch
Nine knows Greenway. He
empty?
knows MI6, but he doesn't know you, Bond. That's your advantage. Use it.
I intend to.
Okay. Fill that up. Good. And then let's see, the tech sims, where are they? Vehicle testing. Wearables.
That's very interesting, Gerald. Maybe an asynchronous rotor timing would improve maneuverability?
If you need anything, we're here for you.
Yeah. Whatever. Ordnance testing. That's a nice bike.
But I always imagine Monroe riding the 250X.
It's a dangerous game, Hal.
What is this?
You mustn't get attached.
I know.
What's this? Oh, can't even get out there.
You think they'll shut the program right down?
Over M's dead body.
Oh, can you get to the tech sims from the shooting range? That makes sense, I guess. So this is where we leave with the vehicles, I guess. Stress testing.
Good to see you, Bond. Sorry about what happened in Slovakia.
Why are they stress testing a teddy bear?
Access granted.
Interesting to see what they do. Oh, I can't get up here. I guess that's for some time later. Let's go in. Hello.
Jesus, Brenda! Are you trying to kill someone?
There's a
Nice
QR
one,
code
Tom.
on the ear.
Really sensitive.
How was I to know?
Okay, let's pick up the service pistol and go from there. Man, I'm walking as fast as I can. See, this normal walk. This is my fast walk.
Bond, I was hoping you'd stop by. My deepest condolences. Such a terrible loss. They were all so promising, and what I meant to say is... Ah, damn it. Sorry, I'm no good at this.
That makes 2 of us.
Exit to tech sim. Okay.
All right, let's get to it.
This is gonna blow your mind.
Oh, right. That's the virtual reality stuff she cocked up, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what that's all about.
Okay, welcome to my dream factory. Before you start, you must load up a simulation using the TACSIM console. We've just added some exciting new challenges to the portfolio.
Okay.
See what strikes your fancy. The TACSIM console contains our library of available sims. There are several types of missions available to you. An escalation is a tactical trial where each successful playthrough unlocks a new tier of difficulty. An operation tests your lateral thinking, requiring you to use your tools creatively to solve any number of challenges. Completing simulations yields intel and XP, which increases your clearance level, giving you access to new gadgets, weapons, and outfits. Who said training had to be a chore?
That challenges, leaderboards, blah 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 blah. Select them. Okay, yeah.
Done.
Right, let's get you tooled up. Come with me. Up ahead is the simulation platform. The system taps into your Q lens and projects a virtual space directly into your field of vision. No clumsy goggles necessary. The platform turns in all directions, ensuring you remain in the center at all times.
360 treadmill. Nice.
Nice.
And the menswear?
As always, the devil's in the detail. We find the experience is more immersive when you dress the part.
Something tells me Q was behind this.
However, did you guess? Now, pick your outfit from the wardrobe, your weapon from the firearms console, and your gadgets from the cart. When you're ready, simply step onto the platform to begin the simulation.
Ah, Recruit Bond. Check out the latest styles. Whatever you fancy.
So this is my okay. I'll take this. And then visit the Intel shop. Over there, oh, equipment.
Bond, welcome. We have a broad range of gadgets and firearms available. Help yourself.
Okay, firearms, service pistol. Yeah, okay. Q pistol. Okay, and then Intel shop. Where the hell do I get to the Intel shop? Behind here somewhere? Oh, oh, this is the Intel shop, okay. Outfits. Oh, you can purchase those outfits when you have points. Does this mean 6? You need to be at this clearance level 6 to unlock it. Oh, okay. Weapons. Oh, okay. Where do I see how many? Oh, I have 0. So, yeah, okay. Gadget cards, okay. I don't have any gadgets. Okay. Okay, tech sim department ready, so I guess I'm going here.
Let's give it a shot.
Simulation ready. Space to vault attack on. Okay. Nice. Oh, infinite guns. Okay. Oh, my Q watch doesn't work. There's nothing here. See to the next one.
Point.
You get the point. What the fuck is this? Aliens? Okay, eliminate all the dummies. Okay. Why did it oh,
3
Okay. Complete an escalation in Taksim. Okay. So there's a lot of Taksim introduction. Okay. Continue to the next tier. Yeah, why not? Let's try. Do one more and then I'll go to the next mission, I guess. What time is it? 4 o'clock.
Just relax.
What's this? Service pistol. Charge, shift, charges an enemy. Okay, double leg shot.
We are taking fire! Right on target. You have my target!
Not bad, James.
I like that.
Not bad at all.
Shot disarm. Okay. No silent takedown. Reduced perception. Oh, I had to shot disarm one. Okay. Restart sim. Okay. I had not enough enemies left. I thought it said infinite enemies, but yeah.
There! Go! Take him down! Cover your flank! Oh! I'm injured! It's still trying to stop. I know it.
Charge shift. Full disarm. Focus headshot. Shot disarm. That's weird. Okay, so I'll just do default disarm first, because I think that's what they want me to do at the start.
Cover me. I'm moving in. Bring him down. Got you.
What do you want me to do? Charge shift. Focus headshot. Okay. Did that. Charge an enemy. Double leg shot. Shut this arm. That should be a shot disarm. Why isn't that a shot disarm?
Get into cover! Admit it. You don't.
There we go. Double leg shot gave me trouble. I think it's just shooting them in the leg twice. That's what I assumed, so that's what I did, and apparently that works. So I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah. Resume game. Okay, there's one challenge for only entertainment for only eliminate 4 guys or something. I couldn't get one. Okay. Yeah, I'll muck about with this with the tech challenge later.
Anything good lately?
Actually,
this is
on
good.
this old school slow burn spy drama called
Okay.
Chalk Circle. Shot all in black and white. It's about this young code breaker
Is
during
it-
the 1980s Cold War, played by Lydia Hunt.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
She was in the overview bit.
Right. So this code breaker, Imogen Swan, picks up some
Back
Russian
for more, I
spy
see.
Just can't keep away.
No, I want to get away.
However, no one takes it seriously.
Classified
Shut down
papers
by
found.
superiors,
Okay.
and She starts her own mole hunt.
I don't think anything in this mode has anything to do with the main story
No,
stuff. No, it's
only
just
on
challenges and replayability, I guess.
Full subscription. Said it was all baking
So-
contest and dramas about teenagers feeling sorry for themselves.
He wouldn't be into it anyway. It's all talking heads and no gunfights.
How the fuck do I get out of here now? Hello? I was gonna say that this is the exit, but yeah. Remember I told you, yeah, you spent good 5 minutes trying to get out of here? Oh, fuck me. It wants me to select a mission, but I don't want to select a mission. I want to get exit. I want to exit here. Operations. Complete the story to unlock. Yeah. Okay. So this is just Oh, you have to exit the menu. Oh, okay. And then is it? Will I get a resplendent death suit for watching your stream? I don't know. Is that a drop? I don't think they have drops for this. I think that's only for was for pre-orders. It's like freelancer. Oh, okay. Now there's the only drop that is here that is active on Twitch right now is the oh, the resplendent death. Yeah, how the hell did I get that? Is that still going, or is that already done? Let's see. I will see if I can find the 007. There's one drop available. Yeah. Oh right, there is a drop available. Yes. My drops are enabled, and I had to scroll down on my list. So there's the watch for an hour, and then you will get it. And there's also the purple suit and the silent line suit. So there's 3 drops available. So the resplendent death is an hour. The purple suit is an hour, and the silent line is 2 hours. So yeah, that should be, and you can see your progress in the inventory. So if you go here, you will see your progress. Yes, right. That's right, Canadianator. Yes. Because for that shit, you need to watch IOI partner, and I was looking for one. Yes, I am a IOI creator. That's I'm in the. Oh, you know. Okay, they're very good. If you have an NVIDIA, you can get a code for another suit through that. Yes, you can. If you have an NVIDIA card and you have the software, it pops up for me. Oh, get this suit. And you can just get the key from the app and then redeem it. So yeah. And there's also one for Alienware Arena or something. You don't have to have any Alienware stuff. You just create an account and you get enough points to redeem the suit. So it's one of the suits I have. Okay, collect the service pistol. Let's go get our gun. Oh, now my stuff is empty again. Why is that constantly going away?
Bond, good to see you. Sorry about what happened.
Okay, let's get the service gun. Ardeth is the only one left. Oh, okay.
Waters, you have a package for me.
Right, you are. One MI6 standard issue service pistol. No need to sign.
No need to sign. You just give me a gun, and you can't prove I took it. That's
Now we're talking.
The range is there whenever you need it. Blow off steam, get your eye in, whatever.
You want me to go to the middle one, eh?
Exhale, hold, squeeze. That's it. Yeah. Direct hit. Read it and weep.
Can do better. That was rough.
That's it. Spot on. Read it and weep.
I did worse. Let's try that again. One last time. Man, I'm getting worse as I go.
Not bad. Direct hit.
1400. Oh, I'll take it. Whatever, man. Let's go.
Feeling better?
Paper doesn't cut it for me, I'm afraid.
Paper doesn't cut it for me, I'm afraid. Well, Operation J.
I mean, who bombs a chess tournament?
A sore loser?
Mate, that's not even funny.
Okay.
Hold the lift. Ignore Gerald. He's an idiot. The rest of us heard about what happened, and that you're going back out there. Some of us would love to be going with you. I've applied for field training myself. Anyway, we just wanted you to know that we're behind you, all the way.
Thanks.
Thanks for the support, mate. It's operations, right? Yeah. Talk to Money Penny.
We need to act.
After tragic chess championship explosion, Slovakian opposition accuses government of neglecting safety inspections after budget cuts. Politicians never disappoint when it comes to public outrage.
Alright, Moneypenny, what did you get for me?
Pretty
Got
tense
a
out
nice
there.
office.
A diplomatic crisis will do that. Today was rough. How are you holding up?
You needed to show me something. Who's the lady?
Oh, you don't recognize Agent Roth? I believe you shared an Aston Martin. Charlotte Annabelle Roth, Senior Operational Officer at the DGSC headquarters in Paris.
You can't be serious.
We chatted. Nice lady. Retires next year to spend time with her grandchildren.
Who was the woman then?
That's what I'd like to find out.
Ah, so that wasn't the agent. Okay. Or the blonde
Match
and
on the
twins.
blonde twins.
Nico and Tero Murto. Assassin duo from Tampere, Finland. Highly adept at unarmed combat, improvisation, and social infiltration. These are ruthless operators, James. Ice-cold killers.
I know. I was there. Any news on Ronson?
They'll be keeping her in an artificial coma until the
Deceased,
brain cell is
deceased,
under
missing,
control.
wounded, deceased,
Not out of the
missing.
woods yet, but doctors are cautiously
Oof.
optimistic.
And that?
Gone to grounds. Didn't even report him for debrief. He'll resurface once he's ready, but if he doesn't want to be found, I strongly suspect we won't.
Okay. What about
Did
the
you manage to ID
mercenaries?
the marks I fought at the airfield?
We did. They're all independent contractors. Usual suspects from the global PMC circuit. They'll work for anybody with a thick enough wallet. 009 was just their latest employer.
And they're lost.
Okay, exit to
Ready
mission.
for that mission brief? What you got for me?
Come, let's have a look. Not going to lie, you have got your work cut out for you. Greenway. Perfect timing. 009. After he escaped Slovakia, we tracked Bond's watch to a field outside of the Syrian village, Jab al-Uthman, where the unregistered cargo plane was abandoned. A wide Thayer sweep picked up his trail 36 hours later in the Turkish province of Şanlıurfa. From here, he embarked on a complex route, eventually bringing him to Egypt, where we lost his trail for good. However, despite significant effort being put into obscuring transport payments, Thayer managed to pin 2 of the chartered private jets to the Pirate King Bavma.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Lenny.
you
Lenny
heard me
Kravitz.
right. Pirate King.
And?
Muting to lurk as
What
is
do we have
passing
on
where I
this
am.
button?
Okay, thank you very much for
Abducted
lurking,
by Millicent at
Canadiator.
the age of 10, along with his little sister. Trained as a child
you
soldier
are-
until age
you will have a
12,
good Saturday.
when Bavma turned on his captors, killing 5 and escaping. Spent half a decade looking for his sister, to no avail.
In bird
At age
culture, this is
17,
considered
he
a
entered
dick
the world of
move.
Piracy. For the next 2 decades, he rose like a shooting star, turning random endeavors into a well-organized international business empire. All culminating in Mauritania, when he claimed a ship graveyard as his kingdom.
Aleph. That's the main black market hub on the African continent. Major League Weapons Bazaar, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, and with the clientele to match. Aleph is a cesspool of military and PMC personnel, rubbing shoulders with rebel groups and criminal organizations alike.
And how does all that connect to 009?
That's the thing. It doesn't. Which is probably why he managed to stay invisible for more than a decade. However, with the new intel, things are starting to line up. And considering the amount put up to facilitate 009's escape, we have reason to believe that he is part of Bavma's inner circle. Aleph is most likely where he's been hiding all along.
Okay.
Go to Aleph. Find 009 and bring him back. Everything depends on your success. No pressure.
Rise and shine. We're almost there.
I said, wake me when we get to Aleph. Not when we're almost at Aleph.
Taking in the environment.
Not a morning person, are we?
Just drive.
Looking nice. Got watches on the edges. Okay. Land
Mind if
Rover
I pop the
Defender.
radio on? Why?
Blend in.
You don't need a radio to do that.
Right. No, that's what the eye patches and the wooden legs are for. How do you want to play this once we're inside?
009 is bound to be paranoid. That makes him dangerous. He's expecting us
My
to
middle
make
name
him
is
bounce
dangerous.
back.
Oh, my last name.
Not us. Somebody else.
Correct. He'll be ready, so must we. But to answer your question, once we get inside, we need to get some face time with Bavma. He's the one who'll lead us to 009.
If you'll talk.
Take a right.
And if Bavma isn't an option,
I'll let you know.
I know you don't want me here. And I know what you think of me.
You do.
Insufferable, immature. Ring any bells?
So you were listening back at Elves. It's the first time through everything, eh, Bond?
Don't know why people are complaining about the graphics in this game. It looks great. The past never dies.
You owe me a chance.
Why?
If I hadn't followed my hunch back in Slovakia, more people would have died. We both know that. So stop trying to cut me off at the knees every chance you get.
I'll think about it.
Now we're leaving trails in the sand. Nice.
Over there.
Gents, heads up. Bavma's heli is inbound.
Buff my heli.
Heading inside.
Stop touching your ear.
What?
I said, stop touching your bloody ear.
Yeah, dead giveaway.
Yes, boss.
أستبعد تماما أن يرجع إلى هنا مجددا.
Oh, this place never changes.
12 o'clock. Welcoming committee.
I see them. And they see us.
Impressive. What kind of security can we expect?
We'll have eyes on us, no doubt. Locals, dealers, Bavma's men. I join you. Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Me? Never.
What when you bought it? What you do with it after is not my problem.
Worst when you bought it.
Out the way, pretty boy.
Pretty boy. Where the hell did Greenway go?
Over here. Good steel, very clean triggers. No serious either.
How the hell did he get away so fast? Fuck me. Okay, let's go right.
Those painkillers to make you feel better and land that tastes good for the soul. I have pills for pain, energy, sleep, or even the best kinds of dreams.
Another time,
Whatever
maybe.
you need.
Handsome, come back and see me if you change your mind.
Tobacco's clean. The cigars are very real. No soda.
Out of the woods. You deaf, tourist. We said
Easy. Not looking for trouble.
Well, you found it, asshole. Get him.
Look, it's just a thing. Let me take over.
They must have been the undercard.
You know, you could make money with those fists in Aleph.
I'll bear that in mind if the day job doesn't work out.
Okay. Can I get responded? Yes, you can, Ben PC.
And
You
how's
can.
not drawing attention to yourself?
At least it will accumulate to your time while you're here. gotta accumulate the total hour. So if you don't finish it while you're watching me, then you can find somebody else who also does it. So, but yeah, you should be fine.
You walk like a man of purpose.
Clothing.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm good.
Come back.
Oh, there he is.
Burners over here. When I know what you need. Whether it's
Electronics.
For me, thanks.
I promise you I've got loops to fit every
Wait.
Comms, scanners, jammers, walkie-talkies.
Oh, there he is.
From baby monitor to battlefield tech. I stock it all. The signal is clear.
There he is.
What are you looking for?
I'm not even looking at you, dude.
Relax, wake up, or maybe leave the planet.
You might be right. Something big's happening this morning. Lots of trucks parked outside. Helicopters coming in and out.
Yeah.
So this is a left. The cesspool of the Sahara.
Bet they don't put that in the guidebook.
We're in the lion's den.
The cesspool of the Sahara,
Everyone
okay.
here is a threat. So watch your back.
Yeah, already got that.
Bond. Up there.
People on the left, hear me. Our existence depends on you, the traders, the beating heart of this city. All we have asked in exchange for your protection and a place at our table is but a small token of appreciation. Tariq here does not agree with that sentiment. He believes he should not have to pay his share. And for that, he must be punished.
Lenny Kravitz.
He tells me there's a child, a girl. He fears for her life. She needs medication, the expensive kind. That is where his contributions went. Our protection is for the care of everyone in our great city of steel and sand. Is it not? Men, women, and the children. What kind of monsters would we be if we denied this child the care she requires? What kind of man would he be if he did not fight for her care? He would be no kind of man at all. Let it be known that while in the bosom of Aleph, the child shall want for nothing from this moment on.
And he's still gonna kill him.
Bring it to the girls.
Trouble in paradise.
Well, you know what they say about paradise, Bond.
There's always a few snakes.
Watch out for the snakes.
See? I knew that was coming.
After watching that performance, I think it's clear Ali is our man. Shouldn't take too much to twist his arm. Let's go.
Okay, give me 30 seconds. I need to pour myself a drink. I will be right back. Okay. Let's continue.
Twisted. I know some people don't agree with his methods, but say what you want about him. He really keeps this place together.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work, but not impossible. I know they have one already, but looking at it, I can tell it won't be good enough.
Go and have a word with Hoffman's mate. Try and get us an audience with Ali.
Okay. Barakat
He
Ali.
wasn't stealing from us or from Ali. Tourist at 12 o'clock. Here for the auction?
Yes.
Invitation and 100k.
Not a cheap date, are you? What do I need 100 grand for?
Best timer? Of course you are. It gets you through the door and into the auction.
I'll be back.
I am sure you will.
Okay.
How'd that go?
How do you think it went?
Well, you're still in one piece, so better than I expected.
It's an auction. We're not getting inside or near Bakard Ali without an invite and $100,000.
Of course.
How do you want to play this?
Split up. I'll work the invites, you source the cash.
How am I supposed to find 100 grand out here in the desert?
Oh, I don't know.
Fighting games.
Charm. Isn't that how you've gotten things done in the past?
Yes, sir.
He's a dick. He's just a big... He's a... Why do you have to be such a dick about it? Paying the auction fee. Okay, so I guess we're going back for the hand-to-hand combat. Not...
Need to get into that auction.
Yeah, right. Okay. Need to get into that auction, but I need to find 100k. But I'm not allowed to leave.
Excuse me?
Oh, down here.
Moneypenny, I need $100,000.
You know I can't do that, James.
Looks like I'm getting my hands dirty then.
Okay.
Scrapyard to the street with the best kids of all the parts.
30 grand. Basim Bullseye Bonanza. Win 30 grand. Okay. At the shooting range.
Where is Barnes? Anyway, inside, second floor. Any word from the buyer? No. He's supposed to call Forsted on the burner when he's at the container yard. You listened to him during the briefing earlier. Hey, I was at the pit watching the hammer do his thing.
Moneypenny, I need you to run a Thea suite for me on a PNC outfit called Scorpius. I need to know why they're in town. I need to find a way past them.
The hammer. So what is that? Infiltrate Scorpius. Okay, so what if I make him sick?
Watch your step in here, James.
With the burner phone.
It's Basim. Everyone knows that shooting gallery of his is rigged. Nobody's ever...
Huh? Better check that.
Who's that?
What are you playing at? Come on, speak.
Let's settle this. I'll take him down.
Uh-oh.
Pull for back. I've got it. Wait. This is coming out. I've got a nutter down there.
Okay. That didn't go. The question, do I need to... I'm not quite sure what I need to do here. Maybe it's in my mission list. Let's see. Objectives. Scorpius. Find out what Scorpius is up to. Locate the burner phone Scorpius is using to contact the buyer. Okay. There's no way to get up here, right? No.
Huh? It's Basim. Everyone knows that shooting gallery of his is rigged. Nobody's ever beaten it. And you should have known not to hand money over to that cowboy.
Yeah, but I don't miss like that. Not at that range. He tampered with the scope. Or maybe the target was waiting. But he did something to make me miss that shot.
Well, yeah, it's a hustle. That's the point. All the games here are designed to screw you over. It's how these people make money.
What's that?
Identify yourself immediately. Come on, focus. Knock it off. All right, let's do this. Get some backup out. Got it.
Got a situation down here. Send back up.
Let me in.
Fuck me. This is hard. So maybe do go around the outside. I can't take down the first guy because he's out of sight, and then if I exit he won't be in my way, I guess. Oh, there's a dude up there now. How do I even get my gun out?
It's Basim. Everyone knows that shooting gallery of his is rigged. Nobody's ever beaten it. And you should have known not to hand money over to that cowboy.
Yeah, but I don't miss like that. Not at that range. He tampered with the scope. Or maybe the target was weighted. But he did something to make me miss that shot.
Well, yeah, it's a hustle. That's the point. All the games here are designed to screw you over. It's how these people make money. By swindling you out of yours.
Can't be bluffed. And sick and blind them.
We've enough on our plates with the Afrikaan deal happening today.
Well, after the deal is done and we get paid, I might want 5 minutes alone with Basim to wipe that big smile off his face before we ship out to El Salvador.
Just be discreet about it. We don't need Bevma coming down on us. For now.
Okay. Okay. Why would I go here? What's in here? The big ship. I need to go there. Oh, let me guess, I cannot open this door, or can I?
We
do nothing. For now. I've said it before, and I will say it again. We'd be doing Ali a big favor if we just put a bullet in the back of that crooked bastard's head. The man has been itching to take the wheel ever since. You know what happened to Yuri. We can talk to the colonel about Varna after we wrap things up with Forsted. Until then, we do not deviate from the mission. Understood?
Understood.
Where is Mick?
Over by container 76.
Good. Apparently Forsted's en route. Shouldn't be too long now.
What's this about? Don't worry about it. Just a bit of trouble.
That's a bit of a shame. I was hoping he would be knocked out, but yeah. How are we going to pursue this? Oh. What? Are they just frozen now? Yo.
Over here. Over here.
Guess I'll take a look.
Oh crap, there's two of them.
There! I'm engaging.
Don't let him escape.
Okay, let's go. That's him. Find
Okay, I'm sending word. Control. You're finished.
Injured man! Dead! What did he do to you? Alive. Our man took him down.
You're not seeing progress towards the drop? Should be. Go to participating live channel. Yeah, no. And more. First light filter drops. Should be there. Oh, there's plenty of people that are playing this, but why is my channel not showing up? Because it's infinite scroll. Okay. Should be there. Should. Nice. I can't pick this up. Okay. Get the burner phone. Find container 76.
Moneypenny, I grabbed a burner phone and some intel on that deal. Buyer's name, Forsted. The exchange is supposed to take place at a container yard here in a left. You see if you can find anything else on him.
On it. And besides, ask him for an invite like
Original auto parts and the best deals in Aleph.
Okay, so we need to go there. Also, progress on drops can be finicky at times. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to update. He's not gonna let me buy, is he?
You can't come in, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Need a way to convince him.
Don't think I can go this way.
Just see how packed his store is? He's pulling a lot of money.
Yeah. Every tourist with a twitchy trigger finger thinks they are dead shot until they meet Basil.
True. They line up to lose. He's smart enough to make them think they've got their shot.
I hear them talking about the shooting range, so where is that?
Where? We could set up something on the other side of the market, so that we are just far enough out of his way. We need to clear it with Ali, but I think it's time to stop watching other people get rich.
Locked.
Right?
Maybe you're right.
I am right.
Okay, so I need to... What's this then? Locked, locked. Need to go get past you. Maybe just make you sick.
Bond, I have the invite.
That was fast.
Check back when you have the money.
Okay, let's go this way.
Container 76. There she is.
Let's fill up on my puking stuff. What is this? Oh. Let's see, I don't see anything in it.
Yes? Forster. I'm here. Container 76. As are we. With you in a moment.
James, Scorpius comms just blew up. They're onto you and headed your way right now. They're close. Get ready.
Always out.
Survive the Scorpius attack. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Dominion Gamma.
You gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty.
Any way to get up somewhere? No.
Ought to check that.
My eyes! Get down! Hold thread! Man down! Hold thread! Surround him! Stupid! Get back! Be here.
Close the deal with Forsted. Okay, so we go here.
Oh my god. What the hell is going on?
Where the fuck did you come from?
Sorry about the mess. What happened? Workplace disagreement.
Workplace disagreement.
This is Peter. So, the painting I was promised. Is it here?
Probably somewhere inside that container behind me. Why don't you two go ahead and have a look inside? I should probably get going.
Wait. Your money. Peter, please pay him.
52 grand. Okay, nice.
That should take the sting out of Scorpius's tail.
So, where the hell did he come from? If he, Did he... There's no way. There's no door here. That's weird.
Hidden for years. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Just a little short of pretending I belong in that auction.
Okay, so we need to find a shooting range, I guess. That's another.
You there? What happened?
I closed the deal and got what I needed.
What?
You had to be there. I'm good. Got what I needed. Now I know the true meaning of suffering for your art.
Are you sure you're okay?
Never better.
What's his deal? Hey, Shardy.
Come closer. Take a look. Biggest bang for enough. I got explosives to impress your friends.
Lick, lick, lick my balls! Yeah, say that all the time.
Okay. It said something about a shooting range, but where the hell do I find that? Oh, is this a? Oh, it's each. It's just a menu. Okay. What's this then?
The woman in the suit, hard to miss. She looked like she just stepped out of the hotel.
So you stop panicking and let me think for a minute.
What does he have to say?
Zara, you told me the deal was locked in place. You said you could secure the weapons for the cause with the money on the crypto wallet. Now you're telling me it's a no-go. We don't have hard currency. You knew that. No. No. Don't try again. It'll make us look weak. I need to call Andrew. He's got contacts out here. Maybe we can find a way to convert that crypto to cash in a hurry. Just sit tight and wait for my call. And do not let that wallet out of your sight. No, I understand that.
Moneypenny, I
Figure
need you
something.
to track a phone for me. I'm looking at the caller right now.
You'll need to hack the phone first. Then I'll be able to look onto the signal.
I can do that.
Get closer. The signal's dropping.
I stop speakers with bass so deep it shakes your ancestors.
Yeah, it's me. Listen, they're not fighting. The locals won't touch crypto. We don't have 100 grand, let alone an invite to get us into that
I need
auction.
to get
Yolandi
by.
said they looked at her like she was holding monopoly money when she showed them the drive. They want cash, Andrew. Period.
They want hard cash. Yeah. Nothing. Not that virtual crap.
Honestly, you can't write this shit. I'm walking around here surrounded by crates of guns, shoulder-fired rockets, and enough explosives to
I don't have
Something I
signal.
can use to convince
Get
him.
closer.
Out of the way.
You wanna try?
No signal. Get closer.
Excuse me?
Take it easy.
I just need a name.
Get closer, Bond. We're losing signal.
Yeah, I know I need to get closer, but
Get closer. The signal's dropping. Got a lock on that signal. Pinging the location of the caller to your Q watch.
You're a star.
I know.
okay.
Always nice to be reminded.
Okay, over there. Left or right? Jewel of the Sahara, 3,500 to play. Okay, so that's gambling. Card game probably. That's not my thing. I sell the alphabet of violence. Okay.
A little overdressed for this place.
There she is.
You're telling me it's $100 for a cup of coffee? Yes, Kopi Luwak, the finest coffee here in Alaska.
Beg your pardon? Moneypenny?
Here.
Crypto wallet. Any chance you can crack it?
No, signal's too weak. Unless... Satellite images show a makeshift cell tower nearby. If you can find that tower and get close enough to it, I should be able to get in.
On it.
Okay, cell tower up there. Okay. How the fuck am I gonna get up there? Let's see.
I told you, you will get your money as soon as I have it. Things are tight.
Okay, I need to get in there then.
We're finishing up our business. When it's done, come and work.
I'm not going back. They're completely insane. I told you not to get involved with them. They pulled a gun on me just because I sunk the kidney shot.
Aden is a liar.
Casa de Bava.
Everything's fine.
You should see this place, Moneypenny. They've turned a shipwreck into an apartment complex. I've never seen anything like it.
Wagner's an ambitious man.
Clearly. This is prime beachfront real estate.
Trespassing, okay. So... water barrel puncture. Will he get electrocuted when he gets close?
Let's see now. What do we got here? Guess it's okay now.
Let's see, where... does he care that I'm trespassing?
Huh? You lost?
Oh.
Don't play dumb with
Take
me.
it easy. Easy? Just house hunting. Love what you've done with the sheet metal.
Keep moving.
Didn't like the neighbors anyway.
So much for getting in and out.
When that bitch caught me, I knew things were going to get messy. Her face when I shot her dog. Never heard someone scream so loud.
Yeah, crew went quick. Passengers not so much.
I saw one jump over back.
What? Someone there? Oh, that was odd.
That was odd. Okay, let's fill up this and this.
I saw one jump over back. Don't
Okay.
Oh, for what? $1,000, some phones and a few laptops.
Might have to circle back. Teach those boys a lesson.
You will see that. Okay, so where do I need to go? Up the stairs.
Where are you going? Australia. I have family there. You think Bavma will let you leave? I mean, Bavma doesn't.
Huh? Are you lost, little lamb? I know you.
I don't want any trouble.
Play it smart or get hurt. Your choice.
You pushed it! Over! Hey, use that radio! We're getting pinged!
Okay. Calling the paper.
Good talk.
Situation contained. Okay, nice. What's this then? Fuse box turn off. No. It's just to lure people, so that's not important. Let's get up there. Boom, 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 boom. Who's here?
Eyes on the relay tower.
Yo, the Rogue One.
My way up to it
What
now.
game is this? This is 007 First Light, the new James Bond movie. Game.
5 AKs, a couple of PKMs, an RPG with 3 rounds, 4 SAR 80s, and 6 Docker MTT 33s. If we leave a fight tomorrow morning, we should wind up in the spot around the battery. That's when we hit it.
Do we have any idea
Okay.
what defenses they have?
What's a
Oh, I need to go there.
Wear your vests.
Can I get there from here?
We could really use him on this.
I'm working on this, man. I'll keep you posted. Just be ready to set sail at dawn. What is?
Okay. Is it better than Headband War so far? It's different. And I'm liking it. So, yeah, I think it's not better or worse. It's, there are some things I would like to see in Hitman from this. But, yeah. Okay. That's fine. Nine, 4. I wouldn't say it's better, it's different. Oh.
Is that somebody just there?
Following up.
Huh, okay.
What the?
Hey.
He's been knocked out.
Survive here. I'm just waiting for them to move away. Hang.
Start searching.
I got this.
Sleeping like a baby. What the hell? Better watch out.
Spice bag. He's going there.
I've got nothing here.
Okay, so there's nothing I can do to drop on them.
I've got nothing suspicious. Heading to the next. This stinks.
Okay, you need to calm down, sir. Oh, so maybe I can...
I'll check next to this.
I see. Okay, I can go down here.
I've got nothing unusual. Changing location. Nothing to report. Moving room. Moving on. Moving to the next location.
Ooh.
The search isn't over. Moving to the next location.
Moving to the next location.
You need to keep looking. Moving to the next spot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shh. Okay, he fucked off, I guess. Okay, so get in here. Man, this is
I'm guessing whatever it is you're up to over there is related to the expense account you called me about.
That's right. I need what's on this wallet.
For what, exactly?
Funding international terrorism, of course.
Just be careful, James.
funding international terrorism, of course. Fill up my watch. Okay. Now. Climb up. I don't see anybody here, so should be safe. Kick distract. Is there no other way? Okay. quiet. Okay. Okay. Full. What's this then?
Energy pipelines. Looks like Bavma wants to enhance the left's infrastructure.
Okay. Let's see. Where do we go from here? All the way.
The cell tower.
Yeah, this seems smart. Jump. Just jump.
Okay.
Easy does it. Easy does it.
I need to get it. Oh, okay, I see. I see.
Gravity's just a suggestion.
Gravity is just a suggestion.
Perfect. Stay where you are.
Yeah. Not going
You have powers or powers or the gear
Disabled
from the
password on
movies.
wallet, so you shouldn't have any trouble
Gear.
accessing the 50 grand on there.
Thanks, Moneypenny.
50
Away.
grand.
I have the money.
I have the money. Okay.
So we can pay up and get inside.
So I have, like, if I do this, you see on the bottom left, over there somewhere. That's my watch. I have a special watch, of course, and it has power and poison darts. So if I do this, you can see I have a bit of hitman vision. I don't see any people right now, but I can use that to hack equipment or shoot darts. I have a camera that does a shockwave, but I don't have it equipped. So yeah, it's gadgets, not powers. And I'm just a regular dude, of course. Well, I'm James Bond, but yeah.
Afternoon, ladies. This wouldn't be the way to the Copacabana, would it?
Oh. I guess they don't want me here. Bye now.
Don't mind me. Just dropping in.
Okay, so now we can, like I said, see if I can, for instance, this dude, I can either sick him, that's basically Seeker, or blind him with the laser. And you can see at the bottom I also have 3 equipped, that is for hacking stuff. So if I have electronic equipment like that, I can do the hacking or laser, and the laser, they will both sabotage it in this case, so I can use it as a lure. So yeah, I have the money to get into the auction. I will get there, and then that should do it for today, because my wife just came home. Need to prepare for tonight, for the birthday party. This will probably be a save point.
You took your time.
Got a little tied up mingling with the locals.
Pay the man, Bond.
Here we are. Cash and crypto.
Bavma thanks you for your contribution. Go on through.
Okay. Well, he's running around. All right. Anyway, that is going to have to be it for today. Yeah, that's all I have time for. So, let's see. I don't even know how many people are here. Oh, decent. Blunts and Beats is playing, but he's further along. Morfka. Dead by Daylight. Yeah, for those who are here for the drop, I'm gonna drop you off at Blunts and Beats. He is also playing the game, so let's go say hi. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. As always, a pleasure. I don't know if I can stream tomorrow. If I can, I will continue this. If I can't, then I will be back on next Friday. And we will be continuing 007 First Light. Having said that, have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one. I'll see you on the other side. Later, guys.